Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 216. This is reviewing episodes 31 to 35 of Gekiranger. Watching these 5 episodes, felt like I was watching like a 2-hour movie because that's what it progressed as. Like it was like a movie spread over the course of 5. I kind of wish this was a movie, but these are really good episodes. Now, these episodes, thanks to these episodes, some of the other masters, they actually don't have many appearances afterwards. Some got 2, some got even like 1 appearance left of the entire damn series. Because basically with these 5 episodes, these kind of in a way wrap up pretty much a lot of the major storyline for the series going into episode 1. Kind of anyways, yes. So with these 5 episodes, we basically just continue on basically with the whole, they call it the Beast 70 Village arc. That's what this arc is. So 31 is more like a prelude because they deal with like a monster this episode. I think with 31 they basically just, well, they had to protect a kid who was basically very selfish. Though the episode does lead into the very next arc itself, where Ryu and Mel are going to this particular area, this whole land. And the episode ends with basically them arriving there, but they're blocked by the 7 Kenshin. And they try to fight them, and of course Miki's wondering like where the heck they're going. They can't get there quickly enough. They can't exactly run there. So they use their Megazord. Yes, they use the Megazord to fly over there, which that's actually a pretty smart idea to do that. They use the Bat Zord to fly them over there, which, yes, I got a hand to that's actually a really smart idea. I kind of wish they would also have a flying vehicle as well, but having Megazord is perfectly fine. At least it's a quick way to go over there. And, of course, because Miku was not happy with the fact that they're over there, he and the other few fiends, they also arrived too. And they kind of explain a little bit of backstory of how the heck this organization was created. It's explained by, I think it was Riku of the Sky. Riku, where she basically explains that apparently Muku was jealous of the cat for churning down the position of successor to their mentor, Bruce Lee. Well, it's mostly Bruce Lee. Yes, they named their master in the series after legendary martial arts actor Bruce Lee, a man who died back in the 70s. Well, he had some heart problems, what I heard. He died in his early 30s. Though the movie version of, I've seen the movie version for the story Bruce Lee called Dragon. I think it was like Rise Dragon, the Bruce Lee story, where it had Jason Lee, where he basically played Bruce Lee really well too. And if I heard, most of the movie is pretty accurate to the real life man. Except that they say that he died of mysterious circumstances. But in actuality, that's not what he died of. They actually confirmed what he really died of. And then like about 20 years after he passed away, his son passed away. Brandon Lee, on the set of The Crow. Due to some alleged curse in the family. I'm not really sure what's going with that. So, and by the way, the master is actually human. They usually wear a mask, but they don't show his actual face here. Now, from what I heard, he only appears in flashback for 32, 34, and for the main series. At these 2 episodes, he's never sitting in until the Gekiranger vs. Goranger movie that comes after the series wraps up. And you're thinking, really? That's the next time he shows up? Yes, that is the next time he shows up. So, and of course, Riku also decides to send the Rangers back in time. And that's, of course, in episode 33. Back in time to win the Edo era. Well, basically, the feudal era of Japan. They're in the Edo. And they basically just walk around in normal clothes. And everyone's wondering why the heck they're wearing these clothes for its place. And they come across like this old man who was basically acting like a complete jerk. And it turns out the reason why he's like this is because he was possessed by an anglerfish monster. Yes, an anglerfish. Why? Just cause. And this is basically this is just samurai just having fun with this. This is the Sentai having with the whole having katanas in an episode. They don't do this very often. The first time I think I saw this was back. I think it was either Bad Fever J or Denziman. I think it was Bad Fever J, where they kind of area where it was the only area it's not so I still believe in the feudal era, and it was like a massive brawl with swords. This was similar to that too. So they counter this daimyo who looks exactly like Miki. Now, they say she looks like her. My guess is this is probably her ancestor. And apparently, get this, it's real Rand knows Japanese history. Now, Jan, he doesn't know because he lives in the forest. Ritu, I'm surprised he isn't potential it, which is kind of interesting to say the least. Yes. So they had to basically free this particular lord before her followers get there. Of course, they delivered a message to her that all her followers will go to the place and probably either kill him or seize him, not really sure. So they volunteered to go to the place to free him from the possession and not kill any of the guards. They're probably going to be killed by the other samurai too. So they go there in disguise. So on the way, they run into Mel and Rio, who actually also traveled back in time as well. And Rio has got amnesia. He apparently does not know who the heck he is, and Mel decides to pose as his wife. I'm sure she's happy with that. Yep. So then, of course, basically they go storm the castle. And meanwhile, the Long has come back in time. You're probably thinking, how the heck did he do this? Answer, not explained just yet. So basically he just blows a golden dust on Ryu and gets his memory back. All of a sudden. So they proceed to join them in a... Well, they do something that they last saw in the movie where you have Zords for Ryu and Camille team up with Jan, Ran, and Ritsu to form the very Megazord formation was last seen in the movie that came long before this. Yeah, the movie took place in episodes 9 and 10. Yep. Yeah, I thought this was kind of weird. So, and of course they destroy the thing, and then they take back the particular sword that the monster had, and they go back to the future. And when they arrive in the future, the tree has been burned down, and you're wondering what happened to the Seven Masters. Well, Kale the Sky reveals that they were bundled up by Miku and rolled up into a frickin' boulder. Like, oh my gosh, that's dark. Taking 7 people and you just mush them together and form this rock. So they will protect the rock mostly, and in this episode does also have debut of the Rhinoceros Zord used by, of course, Ken. We've been seeing, of course, for the first time seeing action. So thanks to a vow he made to get stronger, he's able to activate the Zord. He doesn't know what is a Zord. And apparently it's not like a Zord you can summon from a spirit per se. He's the only one who can't do that, so you have to summon this. So, and then he transforms the thing into warrior mode, and then he proceeds to destroy Kale. First is the Fiends die, and of course they do explain in the next episode the backstory of the organization, which was a whole... And by the way, they don't really reveal here of why the cat turned down Riku's confession to him. Because she still refers to him as darling. Apparently he turned down the confession. Yeah, and it's never explained why that he did that. I hope they bother to explain, because I read he did turn down, but as for why, never explained. And of course, Mukuru proceeds to battle the Rangers, and they're all the Megazords, and a really good battle. They also have destroying some buildings, and apparently they don't care the fact that many people, probably about 50 people just died there unless they evacuated. I'm not really sure. So, they take him on, and there's part of time Long is confronting Riku, who's wondering who the heck he is. And then Long shows off his true form. This golden form. He then proceeds to kill Riku. And of course slice in half her staff, which is miraculously still there. And he takes the staff. Now, I would have thought, though, based on the scene, he would have thrown in the water, but no, he decides to take it. And of course, Maku himself is defeated by the Rangers. And then the Masters are basically restored nowhere, no problem. Like, everything's kind of wrapped up here, but it's revealed at the end that, of course, Ryu has become, of course, leader of his own organization again. Though it's kind of a new organization about nature, per se, and Long basically helped him to that. And, of course, he gives the staff a Riku to Mel. I don't know what she's going to do with it. I'm sure either she's going to keep it. I'm sure she might fix it because it's a very nice looking staff. Yeah, if I was Mel, I would probably find a way to fix the staff and just basically use it as probably her own personal weapon. I would probably just keep it. I would probably not toss it away. I would be curious, though, exactly what happens to that particular staff because it may be sliced in half, but wasn't completely broken. It's not like basically you can't just... Unless somehow it's still there for the next episode, which I will get back to it. But these 5 episodes are really, really good. Because if you look at the structure of these episodes, if you discount episode 31, which most of it was like a prelude to these episodes, it feels like these five episodes feel like that basically this was supposedly planned as a movie. Yeah, given the structure of these episodes, that this was supposed to be a movie, but they decided to go with an episode format than doing our movie. Now, either one or two things might have. I'm sure the movie itself probably did well at the box office, but my guess is Toei probably didn't have faith at this point in time to do a 2-hour movie because they very rarely ever did one of these. I think the last one they did prior to this one, I think that it was not 30 minutes. Was let's see. They probably didn't have one until like the one they did the 30th anniversary, which is actually about 4 off this one. Yep. But these episodes are really good. I do recommend at this point still check out Gekiranger because it's really good. Yeah, it's similar to Juken Fury, but it's not a carbon copy. It goes different directions. For instance, basically like I mentioned before in the last episode, where Geki Chopper, he is actually the best friend of they kind of with him, he's mostly like they do keep a little bit of himself. Like for one thing, there's no mention of having siblings or having a father. And he has attraction to Fran, which is something that they actually play up on the whole series. And he basically just a wanderer who came back from a journey. Here, he was just off of training. It's similar, but not exactly the same. But in the case of the Gal, they basically just took elements from him and like 3 or 4 of the characters, and they made that into RJ. From him, the cat, and I think that was it. And they made that into, and a little bit of Miki, and made that into RJ. Yes. Yeah, he was basically made up about 5, 6 different characters. That's basically what he's based on. He's the only one like that in the entirety of Juken Fury. Most everyone else is most like one character, mostly a little bit. I'd say in the course of Daishi, I think he did take a little bit from Long for him, plus of course Ryu himself, obviously. Yep. But yeah, enjoy this. Now, I'm on break right now for this series, so soon you will see a review for Fruit Revolution. But the next review I'm going to do is going to be, not My Hero Academia, but Welcome to Skirmakan, which is going to be the penultimate episode of the season, which I'm going to be watching next as we put this video up, okay? Next video. Bye.